Yo, what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are back again here doing a continued PvP day in Server 2. It is bananas. This pass has just been back and forth, and I know I caught the tail end of it here, but ATM owned this pass early on, which is a level 2 pass. PK02 ended up with, I think, a little help from AWU, but mainly PK02, ended up going and doing a rally on the pass. They took it. And then ATM, I think Junie might have actually been leading this rally, I believe. I thought I saw the name there, as long as my eyes do not deceive me. Ended up doing the rally there, and then ATM just took back the pass. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, at this point, really the best thing for them to do is just do a full push. Right? I mean, they've taken it. TA obviously can't do that much at the moment. Actually, I mean, they should be able to go through, especially if they own the pass and they have a union. Otherwise, if they don't, but I mean, ATM, in my opinion, really should be pushing through hard here. I mean, they have a good advantage, but they should be pushing through together, not necessarily kind of one by one. Right? They really should push out and try and get actually past the bridge. In this situation, why do I say that? Because they're really at a choke point right now. So if PK was running, and there's not a lot of them, right? It's just ATM has to push out, right? They have an advantage in numbers, but if you're just kind of hanging out here, right? You're in this choke point circle, which is a very small area, and it's going to allow for AoE skills and kind of single target skills that you can do, or not a single target, but just targeted AoE skills to do a lot more damage when you really have more of a winning hand. So to me, that's really probably the mistake here, is that ATM is just like you could see they're all balled up right here, right? All you need is a few more skills to be thrown down, and it's cookies for them pretty much, right? Obviously, they should be using back-to-back heals, but the important part is don't just sit on the bridge, push out, right? This is kind of where that RTS-like play style and tactics, in my opinion, right, can be applied, and they've already taken so much more damage here than they really needed to. Right, you could see one ATM person pushed out, all of them. They just have to push out all the way, and you spread out, and then you start taking advantage, right, of your numbers advantage here. And I am curious because I'm pretty sure they have a union here, so I wonder why. Oh, they don't. Wow, ATM doesn't even have a union with them. Maybe it's cooking right now. See, these are things that you should be doing ahead of time, right? That's kind of a part of the war and the fighting, is you want to anticipate, those relationships, having those unions. If they already had a union, TA could have already come through the pass with ATM, and they could have pushed together, right? Probably taking less overall losses. ATM right now, again, still is just on the bridge. And always, let me make sure I get this out. If you enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell, and of course, if you want to join and be a part of our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below. So yeah, this is interesting here, right? Like you can just tell, right? PK02 is a little more spread out. So, right, any of the kind of, and you can see this, right? Look at when the damage is coming out. It's hitting multiple people here from ATM. And yeah, sure, multiple are getting hit here too in this area, but that's just because the players are so close to each other that the hit bubble is, or the hitbox is already wide enough to hit multiple units because they're kind of all within that same area. But that's the big thing, right? Is ATM just has to push all the way out here and then do a little bit of micro, spread out a bit. And I mean, this is just like such an uphill battle that they're almost forcing themselves onto right now than it really should be. And obviously it looks like they're doing a little bit of cleanup now, but you could just see a lot of the marches here are weak. This is those situations where you want to have good skills that you're using too as well, obviously with the refreshes and things like that. It's interesting, right? I almost feel, and it's curious because if you think about it, if you're sending 5 marches out, your ranged marches more or less, and that's kind of the interesting thing here, right, is there's not a lot of people that are really running. I actually would love to see some Cav here. Oh, that's cool. Look, so Coffee Maker is doing it, or Coffee Maker. See, I really would love to see some Cav. I actually think Cav is going to be, like, when you're pushing out in a fight, using Cav to kind of circle all the way around. I mean, this is just really kind of ATM's pass to lose, right, at this point. Again, I think if they pushed out more, they would have been able to clean up all these players, and then they could have went over here to this flag to go and clean these builders going there, and then probably started just doing swarming some of the smaller cities, right, or even starting to do some back-to-back rallies. And now you just see they're just full retreating when, again, right, they still have upper hand, and this is, for example, right, these are one of those things where when you're doing these big fights like this too as well, it's really good to try and get into a call, right? So getting into a situation where you guys are on your Discord and you're all on voice, and maybe they are, right? We don't know. But just generally good tips to do is you want to try and be in those situations, right? And here's the other thing, right? See, that's the challenge. I was going to say they could leave and then rejoin. I was going to say they could leave the alliance and rejoin, but the challenge is that they have to be from the same. I don't know. I think ATM and TA, if I have this correct, let me double check this. Right, let's see here. Let me see. So ATM is from. We'll do this. Hang on, no, I'll do it this way. I did it the long way. Let's see here. So ATM, TA is from Zoland. ATA is ATM. So they're both from Zoland, right? What that means is that they can leave the alliance and they can join ATM and join in on the fight. So that's actually something they could already be doing, but they're not. That's something that's really interesting to me. I don't really know why. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that's happening. I mean, like I said, it looked like Junie did join, and I wonder what they're waiting for. Maybe the union's gonna hit in like 10 minutes or something, and they're just not worried. But again, if you're from the same region, you're not going to incur resurgence. So, to me, if you're really allying with one another, why not just kick your inactives, right, or just kick the people however many people are offline. And you message them and tell them, hey, we're just removing you because we're fighting right now and we're just bringing in people that are online. When you come back online, please reapply to the alliance. This is something that's very standard to do, especially when you're playing in KVKs. So to me, I mean, this actually just kind of seems like a letdown, a little bit. I don't believe there's a time that you have to wait once you leave an alliance to rejoin. And again, if there is, someone can correct me. I just don't believe that there is that. So if we're operating under that assumption, then you should be able to leave TA, join ATM, and go through their pass, right? Because you don't have a union yet, which means that ATM and TA really should just be using ATM as a shell and filling the alliance, and then going through the level 2 pass together and just wiping them. I mean, again, if that's the case, that should have been done in the very beginning, or at least in the beginning of this fight, right? So again, right, small things that you can look at that are kind of more logistical things on how to organize, and that's something where the leaders and management should be figuring those things out, and these are things you can do in real time. There's nothing stopping them from doing it even now. Obviously, some missed opportunities, and it looks like they're gonna come back. It looks like they're repiling right now for another fight. So we'll see if we look at any matchups. Let's take a look real quick and look at. Let's see what's Junie running. If I can click on Junie, let's see here. There he is. So he's running Lilia. I don't think I'm high enough to see some of the other stuff, but. We got Lilia, Waldir, Guanwin, Waldir, Guanwin. Oh my god, I'm forgetting this person's name. Atheist. Okay. Running Atheist. We got Lilia. Oh god, I still don't have all these people's names memorized. Who is that? This is, why am I forgetting? Ileana, and that's Emrys. Ooh, I actually kind of like that dark armor. That's pretty cool. Guanwin, Emrys, Lilia. Isn't that Kachka? Yeah, sorry, Chukcha. That's what I was going with there. Lilia. Oh, who's the I always forget the drunk mage's name. Alwyn, Guanwyn, Atheist, Waldir, Guanwyn. Okay, interesting. Yeah, man. I mean, PK02 is coming right back at it. I mean, again, ATM has the pass for now, and this is the thing, man. You can still come out, and as long as you just go all the way, Corn Hub. That's so funny. I love it. But that's the thing, right? As long as you all go out together, you know, there should be no problem. It is curious to see why, you know, that isn't necessarily happening. Yeah. Curious on why. To go. Yeah. I'm curious what they're going to say. I mean, like I said, from my understanding on how it works, if I leave, which I don't know. Oh, wow, I can only disband. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, because I have to. Yeah, because I have to transfer lead first. Otherwise, it's just me disbanding. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Let's see here. Let's see. So yeah, I'm curious what the response will be, and then we'll end this. What are we at? 12:10 right now. So, yeah. Let me see. Who invited? Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see. Like I said, I think that's my biggest blunder right there. Again, unless it's just so obvious, or if maybe I'm just having like the biggest brain fart and just not thinking. But like I said, I don't know of any penalties that happen when you leave an alliance and rejoin. So, you know, with that in mind, you know, I would say for me that's the big thing right there. But anyways, with that being said, man, this is it. I'm going to end it right now. Again, don't want these videos to be too long, but if they do continue fighting, I'll try and record as much as I can to give you guys some cool war content. I hope you guys enjoyed this pass fight, which kind of turned into a little bit more open field on it. And again, hopefully I can keep giving you guys some more and bring some good commentary along with it as well. Let me know your comments down below. That's it for me. As always, until next time, I'll catch you later.